Hello, I am Manar. I have the pleasure to present for you my work. First, I am a PhD student at Okan University, and for the course of ecological design principles of housing settlement with the Dr. Semih, I choose the topic of ecovillages, and my work is titled by the creation of a new ecovillage in the Algerian desert named Desert Typic Eco Village. So, to face the famous issue that nature is suffering from and caused by humans, which is climate changing, the ecological architecture comes with several solutions. One of them is the rise of eco-villages. In this paper, we will deeply analyze the eco-village movement, which is a multidisciplinary concept. In the emergence of an eco-village, we will deal with the social side, which is the co-housing illustration, the social one that introduced the footprint of the community on question, economic and ecological area that represent the main side of the eco-village movement. The eco-village movement is applied both on rural and urban spaces. That gives us two models to study and analyze the difference between their principles and to draw a conclusion about the integration of the ancient knowledges with the current knowledges in the eco-village for a sustainable future design. After the establishment of a comparative matrix, the key words of this work were eco-village, co-housing, climate changing, desert, ecology, and sustainability. Since 1760s, with the appearance of the Industrial Revolution, the pollution takes a large place in the earth. In addition to the development of technologies that consume in a terrible way the energies of the planet Earth. In these factors affect in a direct way the natural ecosystem, and it puts us in a risky future. The scale and the speed of our impact on the environment cause hard issues, including the climate change, the global warming, and the biodiversity loss. The unsustainable behaviors of our global societies must be revised and changed. The challenge now is to get these damages fixed and recovered our planet to avoid collapse. The creation of the society or a community took a wrong way, which unsustainable urbanized society is the major character that introduced it. Producing sustainable community is not only a gain for the nature, but it is a gain for humanity and its global well-being. A good example for producing these sustainable communities might be the eco-villages. The goal of this research is to show the contribution of eco-villages in the creation of a sustainable community and to introduce the main effective characteristic developed by the eco-village movement to assure a future in harmony with the nature. So, how can we catch the best solutions to emerge a sustainable community based on the experiences analysis of eco-villages all over the world? In order to answer this question and to reach the aim of this research, the definition of the headlines that will guide the work is so important. That's why a methodology is drawn based on 3 steps. The first one is a literature survey about eco-villages and eco-village movement, including the eco-village principles in general case. In order to have a clear theoretical definitions of this concept. The second one is an analysis of several eco-villages from all over the world in order to see the real application of the principles of eco-villages movement in different regions. The third and the last step is an application of these principles and characteristics concluded in the previous study This application will be the design of a new eco-village in a chosen site. So, what are the eco-villages? Overall, the eco-village is an ecological settlement where business, agriculture, and the human activities are designed to integrate with the nature surrounding. When we research first of all about the definition of eco-villages, we find some definition that seems good and convincing, but only for those who are looking for just having a general idea about this concept. However, deep research about the eco-village gives more interested definitions of concepts. The most often quoted definition of eco-village is taken from the article Eco-Village Challenge, written by Robert C. Gleiman in 1991. A human-scale, four-features settlement in which human activities are harmlessly integrated into the natural world in a way that the supportive of healthy human development and which can be successfully continued into the identified future. The eco-village movement first establishment was in 1930 with the creation of the Iceland community. This was the declaration of the eco-village movement, but the real appearance of these ideas and the principles of this movement goes further in time to very old practices. The principles of eco-villages were the use of natural resources, the regeneration of the environment, and they educate the community. For the analysis of examples, 5 examples were chosen from America, Africa, Europe, and Australia: Gunishköy, Clock Garden, Toledo Eco-Village, Los Angeles Eco-Village, and Crystal Water. First of all, the Los Angeles Eco-Village. Los Angeles is one of the most polluted cities in USA, where money, luxury life, and fame had the big focus in one hand, but in the other hand, there is Los Angeles Eco-Village. The principles of this eco-village is to have a community composed to reduce their waste and enrich their land. They have a chicken cup made with reclaimed materials, a bike room for bike parking, and a bike shop for fixing bikes, tools library where residents can share tools, and a food buying club which is mostly waste-free and far less expensive. The second example is Clock Garden in Ireland. It was conserved as a model for environmental living in the 21st century, a self-governing eco-village which would be communal, carbon neutral, and self-sufficient. The principles of this eco-village is a community-supported agriculture. The citizens are educated to grow up their own food. They have 29 near zero energy buildings and a solar water heating a big surface for solar water heating panels. The third example is Crystal Water Eco-Village. The principles of this eco-village is food growing is increasing. Most residents maintain home gardens. Site placements and house design aim to maximize passive solar possibilities. Water quality in the measure dams and adjoining creeks rains excellent. The fourth example is the Tolega ecovillage in South Africa. The principles of this ecovillage is based on the TBS, which is the Technic Building System, is a flexible, own-built, low-cost, high-quality housing system. Harvesting of water is a key element of any sustainable housing system. There is natural integration between the TBS and the print culture food security gardens that have been established in the immediate efficiency of the houses. Housing design with good thermal performance include the basic concept of passive solar design. The last example is the Günişköy eco-village emerged in Ankara. The principle of this eco-village is manufacture and distribute eco-village agriculture. It used local seeds and allow them to be shared. It works for the use of renewable energy resources. Realize eco-village architectural design in harmony with nature and applies them. It works to restore damaged natural structures and resource blanks. A comparative matrix was established to summarize the previous analysis. So from this analysis, we create a new project. The project is called Desertific Eco-Village. This name is a combination between two words. The first is desert, the second is typical. So the 5 principles that will guide this work were energy, co-housing, food, water management, and the building system. The choice motivation. I choose desert site to propose my new eco-village desert. In the desert, characteristic of climate and condition of life there seems difficult and hard to adapt with. However, this area has big potential and good points that encourage the emergence of sustainable cities and ecological lifestyle. As it is known, Algeria is located in Africa and the desert area represents approximately 84% of the total surface of the country. This is a suburban area with 13.86 hectares of surface located in the southeast of Algeria in a city named the Tamasin Wilaya of Touggourt. Tamasin, like other towns in Saharan regions, has a hot desert climate with very hot summer and mild winters. The average temperature is 29.5 degrees Celsius and very little precipitation. It has also sandstorms generally in March and April. Site potential. The site is part of large Algerian desert. It means that it is well exposed to the sun, so the site has a high solar energy potential in addition to high capacity of water from the Albion Aquifer. The Albion Aquifer is a large reserve of fresh water in the world. It's standard 3 countries, Algeria, Libya, and Tunisia. 70% of the water table is in Algeria territory in the southeast of the country. These are pictures from the surrounding environment of the site, the chosen sites. So for the building system, the houses will be perform modern standards, keeping in mind the orientation of each interior room with the large north-facing windows. the use of local materials, burnt bricks, stone, earth, and palm wood. The facade will not be smooth to create shade and to keep the walls cool. The use of domed construction to avoid the accumulation of the sand during sandstorm period. The houses will be good thermal performance, including the concept of a passive solar design. The houses will be between 60 and 18 square meters, built in addition to a private garden. The houses will have one floor or two floors maximum. So we will have for a first proposition, 18 family will be shut. For the energy, the use of renewable energy, a farm of solar panels will be immersed in the south part of the village in order to produce the electricity in a clean and sustainable way. For the food production, the houses will have small gardens to grow their own food. These gardens will have a number of palm trees in order to ensure the right climate for the fruit and vegetables farming. Each garden will have an artisan well for watering the plants. For the co-housing principle and water management, the water will be ensured from the underground source by wells. I put these two principles together because they are related to each other. I will propose a new activity, which is fish farming or pisciculture, to be immersed in the surrounding of the village near the collective gardens, because recent researchers said that the water of these fish farms is the best for watering plants, and it gives a good agriculture crop. For the bubble diagram, it will be a diagram that organizes the three parts of the eco village: the building part, which contain houses and a square; the second part is solar panel farm; and the last one is fish farms and the collective gardens. The solar trajectory is drawn and intersect by the shape of the site, gives us a frame to integrate the three parts of the project. So the eco-village organization. The village contains 7 units of 8 houses and 2 other of 10 houses. Each unit contains houses, circulation, and small public spaces. Out of the units, there is parking place and in the empty area with only palms. The fish farms are composed from 3 various aquariums surrounded by the collective gardens. The south part is reserved for the solar panels farm to ensure a good sunshine. The empty part is in the plan is reserved for the square. Its localization chosen to have a panoramic view to Tamasin Lake. So for more details, I designed a bubble diagram for the building part, the house organization. So the house organization will be in an ecological way. So we have the private garden with well and the domed construction to ensure natural ventilation in the inside. 100 meters square for the building, with an under arcade part that relate the building with the private garden, and it has 2 access. Here is the section to show the distribution of the several parts of this construction. For the units, we have two units that one is composed from 10 houses and the other one is composed from 8 houses. Each unit have a small green meeting area. The technical part of the research contains the cost and the period of realization of the project. For the houses, the houses is cost 30,000 euro for the unit. For the solar and period of realization between 20 and 18 months for the unit. For the solar panels, we have 9,000 euros for 10 meters square. In 10, the period of realization is about 10 months. For the fish farms, it's calculated about 9,000 euro for hectare. For the squares, it's 100,000 euro, and the period of realization is between 18 and 16 months. Here is the 3D realization of the units. This the unit of 8 houses. The second one is the second unit of 10 houses. And here is the 3D of the private garden and the domed construction. And finally, thank you for watching.